Good morning, wrestling fans. Today is Thursday, June 15th, 2023. Lance Brock here on this Thursday episode of GMWF to talk some pro wrestling this morning. Hope everyone is having a great morning so far and is doing well. In case you missed it last night, new episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, episode 423, talking about last night's episode of AEW Dynamite, which had a crazy ending last night. Several appearances, and I even forgot to mention last night Eddie Kingston coming out and to make the save for the Elite against the BCC, but not touching Jon Moxley at all. Of course, those two have a history together. Did not attack him at all, and he did not want the Young Bucks attacking him either. But there was one point where Jon Moxley did get in the face of Eddie Kingston and start pushing him a little bit. But it'll definitely be interesting to see how Eddie Kingston fits into this feud between the Elite and the Blackpool Combat Club. I was kind of surprised actually to see Eddie Kingston back on AEW TV. It actually has been a little bit since we've seen him on any AEW programming. He has been on Ring of Honor, on Honor Club, but as far as Dynamite or Rampage, he hasn't been on any AEW programming. And Konosuke Takeshita getting involved, Will Ospreay getting involved, Kenny Omega. It was just so much going on in that final segment of Dynamite last night as the dogs bark as I walk by. I'm sure they're saying what a great episode they thought last night's Dynamite was. And in my opinion, it was. And the way it started last night with that great match between MJF and Adam Cole, the AEW World Title Eliminator, and then ending right at the very last second, right before the 3 count, the bell rings, and it turns out that it is a 30-minute time limit draw. Like I said last night on 360 Wrestling Fanatic, to be honest, that I was so into that match that I really did not think it was a half hour yet. At first, when I heard the bell ring, I thought it might have been some kind of screw job finish that they were going to. Maybe they had somebody come out and help MJF by ringing the bell, kind of like a Montreal screw job thing. But it turns out that it went to 30 minutes. But to me anyway, that match definitely did not seem that long. It just flew by. And it did not drag at all, or at least not for me anyway. And then later on, we find out that MJF will be defending the AEW World Championship against Hiroshi Tanahashi at the AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling joined pay-per-view Forbidden Door, June 25th. And we already have the angle it looks like, of MJF protesting this match last night, saying that he will not face Tanahashi at Forbidden Door, and calling New Japan an indie fed. And I want to say he may have called Tanahashi no name. I talked about this a little bit last night on 360 Wrestling Fanatic. It could possibly have where he does refuse to wrestle the match, but then Tony Khan says that he has to defend the championship against Tanahashi, or he will be stripped of the title, or maybe even fired, and that will lead to the match. They don't have much time to go though. Forbidden Door is a week from this Sunday night, and big time for AEW right now. Not only this Saturday, of course, the debut episode of Saturday Collision on TNT, which we did get another match made official for the AEW TNT Championship. Wardlow defending against Luchasaurus. Last night on Dynamite, we saw in the back Luchasaurus and Christian Cage laying out Arn Anderson on those stairs, leaving him a bloody mess. So I'm guessing Wardlow is going to be alone, unless maybe Brock Anderson is in his corner for this match Saturday. I was listening to Rewind to Dynamite from Post Wrestling this morning, and they brought up a good point, is that while the match with Wardlow and Jake Hager was still going on, to help him out, Arn Anderson and his son Brock both came out. But once we cut to the back, when Christian and Luchasaurus attacked Arn Anderson, Brock was nowhere to be seen. So we do not know what happened to Brock Anderson. Possibly we could see him, like I said, maybe show up and be in Wardlow's corner on Collision Saturday. But we'll just have to wait and see. That's a Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. And like I said, I have been thinking about having a special live episode this Saturday night right after Collision. Since this is the first episode, I'm not sure if I will be going live every Saturday night for every episode, but for the first one, I have been thinking about it. And also, June 29th, I believe, is the release of AEW's first video game, Fight Forever. And I've seen some of the gameplay so far. It looks pretty good. And right now, it has me thinking about getting maybe some kind of a video game system so I can play this game. And I am definitely not a what they call gamer. I haven't even had a video game system since PlayStation 2, and that's how long ago since I've really played any video games on a console anyway. I remember though, I want to say maybe 2015, 2016 maybe, they came out with a mobile version of WWE 2K, one of the games It was the one where John Cena was on the cover. The mobile version, I did get that, and it was okay, but I want to say it was really that great. But maybe I might either somehow try to get AEW Fight Forever when it does come out. And that's all for this episode of Good Morning Wrestling Fans. Today is Thursday, so of course we have tonight Impact Wrestling on Access TV. Right after that, New Japan Pro Wrestling, and also a new episode of Ring of Honor on Honor Club. Remember, if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, let me know what you think about all the going-ons in pro wrestling right now in the comment section on Spreaker or whichever website or app podcatcher you listen to on. Let me know in the comment section. And hope to have more episodes of 360 Wrestling Fanatic real soon. And we'll be back tomorrow for the Friday episode of GMWF. Hope everyone enjoys Impact Wrestling and Ring of Honor tonight. But until tomorrow morning, have a great pro wrestling day.